Hey friends and family, I'm going to do something a little different with these videos this time. I'm going to divide it up. This first one, I'm going to be mostly talking about my knee and my recovery there since that's really winding down. Yay! And the second video, which will be a separate link, will be kind of about mom and other things going on. And that way I can kind of control a little more who gets what. I've got friend clients who I send things, and they don't need to know everything about my personal life. They can watch it if they want to, but I like being able to separate it out. Okay, my knee. I fell a year ago yesterday. I fell November 15th last year. So it's been a year. I'm up. I'm not up right now, but I'm up. And I'm still walking slowly, but faster. It's getting better. I was with my friend Jane a week and a half ago, and wow, I don't know what this means. My screen just popped up and says you may be having performance issues. That sounds really personal. Anyway, none of your business, computer. So anyway, I was walking down a hallway in the hotel we were staying in downtown Oceanside, and she was kind of pulling ahead of me, and all of a sudden I've been walking like they call it 1 point walking. I move one crutch and then I move one foot, and I move one crutch and then I move one foot. So if you've ever walked with me before, if you thought I was slow before, oh my God, I'm slow now because I'm half the speed. I'm moving one thing at a time. And my physical therapists are telling me that that's very natural. They said, don't push getting your old gait back where I moved a crutch and a foot at the same time, a crutch and a foot. So I was moving two things at a time. They said that's the time when people crash and burn and fall down because your body's not used to it. And it was funny because all of a sudden I was walking along and I changed my speed, my steps without even thinking about it. And I was walking the old way, two at a time. And I went really fast for like 3 steps, and I really fast, relatively speaking. And all of a sudden I felt kind of out of control and wobbly, but I stopped and I was like, hey, did you see that? Did you see that? I was, moving a foot and a crutch at the same time. I was so much faster for 3 steps. And Jane looks at me and she goes, run, Forrest, run. And I'm like, great, thanks. Anyway, so I am getting way stronger. I got a little wheelchair ramp. If you've been to my house, I have the little area where I go outside in the backyard to get out and around, out of the house. And it's like a 3-inch step. And at first, I was like stepping into the Grand Canyon. I was so off balance. I had 2 people helping me and holding on and that kind of thing. And now I got a little ramp for it. For a temporary measure, but now I can walk the ramp on my own. I can get in and out. So now I can go out into the backyard and, walk across my patio, which is a lot easier than walking around the house in, 8-foot increments. Around the side of the house, I'm working on being able to go down the driveway because that's the first unlevel ground I've been on, just the little slope of the driveway. And at first I was like, whoa, all wobbly all over the place. And I did that with physical therapists who are hanging on to me for dear life because they don't want me to fall because they don't want to have to do all that paperwork. So once I get to a point where I can walk down the driveway in the next couple days, I will go out into the cul-de-sac and just walk laps around the cul-de-sac. And but I know these are small steps, but this is huge compared to where I was just 3 weeks ago. So it's definite progression. I'm really thinking that, I'll be out and about and walking, certainly by Christmas and probably by mid-December or even early December, given that the progression that I see from day to day, and certainly week to week. They timed me on something, they call it a sit to stand. They time you, and this is something they do with elderly people, where they, you stand up, you walk 15 feet, you turn around, you walk back, and you sit down. And they time you from sitting to sitting. And when I first got timed doing that, it was 1 minute and 20 seconds, which is ridiculously slow. And I did that a couple days ago in 37 seconds, so less than half the time. And I would guess when I'm at full speed, that'll be more like about 15 seconds. So, I still got a ways to go, but it's interesting to see that progression. I'm much more stable on my feet. I'm not walking without my crutches yet. I'm standing pretty comfortably and confidently, but I'm not walking without my crutches yet. I still need them. I'm still really wobbly without them if I take a step. I mean, I've taken a couple steps. I just felt like I was going to fall over. That'll come with time, and they really emphasize don't push it, because when you start pushing things like that, it's when you fall. And for me, falling is extremely dangerous. I can't protect myself with my arms. I fall into a wall and break my neck. So, you do what you can to not fall while doing this. Um, Physical therapy and occupational therapy have both been great. It's been a slew of people, a cast of characters coming out, somebody once a week. The occupational therapists have been more consistent, and I didn't really need OT. They gave me some good tips, and now basically the occupational therapists kind of do a second physical therapy on me every week, which is good. And they've been great to work with. They know things that I didn't know. Who would have known that there were things I didn't know? So like I say, it's getting way better. I'm getting close. I'm actually walking around. I used my wheelchair 10 days ago when Jane and I stayed in downtown Oceanside. If we had to go more than 2 or 3 blocks, I'd use the wheelchair and she'd push me around. But frankly, when I came home, I left it in the trunk. It's still there. It hasn't been out of the trunk in the last 10 days. So I'm not using the wheelchair at all anymore, which is great. So that's where that is. I'm going to be doing a lot fewer updates on my knee because I'm back to normal and nobody needs updates that I'm back to normal. I'll let you know when everything seems great. That'll be about a month from now. But just know I appreciate thoughts, prayers, outreaches of concern, and just understand that I've been stuck in my home with my mother with dementia for the last year. So I had the pandemic like everyone else, and then I had a year of being stuck in my house, and I've gone a little bit crazy. And so I'm going to be calling a lot of you who are local and saying, let's go out to lunch, or let's go out to a concert, or let's go out to, comedy, or let's go whatever. And I'd love it if you said yes, because I need to get out of the freaking house. I have not seen the sun in a year. I'm not kidding. I need to see other people. I need to do things. So that's next step. Me, out and about, wild man about town. I hope you're doing well. Like I said, I'm going to do another video. I'll just record it right now, but it'll be a separate link about things that are going on with mom and things like that. Take care. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching these. Hope I don't bore you to death.